journey to the Brazils. He didn't believe in that journey when I announced it to him this afternoon in the street. He may believe in it yet, if you follow the directions as I am now going to give you. Tomorrow is Saturday. Send the housemaid out in your walking dress of today, just as you propose, but don't stir out yourself, and don't go near the window. Desire the woman to keep her veil down, to take half an hour's walk, quite unconscious, of course, of the parson or his servant at her heels, and then come back to you. As soon as she appears, send her instantly to the open window, instructing her to lift her veil carelessly and look out. Let her go away again after a minute or two, take off her bonnet and shawl, and then appear once more at the window, or better still, in the balcony outside. She may show herself again occasionally, not too often, later in the day. And tomorrow, as we have a professional gentleman to deal with, by all means send her to church. If these proceedings don't persuade the parson that the housemaid's face is your face, and if they don't make him readier to believe in your reformed character than he was when I spoke to him, I have lived 60 years, my love, in this vale of tears to mighty little purpose. The next day is Monday. I have looked at the shipping advertisements, and I find that a steamer leaves Liverpool for the Brazils on Tuesday. Nothing could be more convenient. We will start you on your voyage under the parson's own eyes. You may manage it this way. At 1 o'clock send out the man who cleans the knives and forks to get a cab, and when he has brought it up to the door, let him go back and get a second cab, which he is to wait in himself round the corner in the square. Let the housemaid, still in your dress, drive off, with the necessary boxes, in the first cab to the North-Western Railway. When she is gone, slip out yourself to the cab waiting round the corner, and come to me at Bayswater. They may be prepared to follow your cab, to follow the housemaid's cab, because they have seen it at the door, but they won't be prepared to follow your cab because it has been hidden round the corner. When the housemaid has got to the station and has done her best to disappear in the crowd, I have chosen the mixed train at 2:10 so as to give her every chance, you will be safe with me, and whether they do or do not find out that she does not really start for Liverpool won't matter by that time. They will have lost all trace of you, and they may follow the housemaid half over London if they like. She has my instructions enclosed, to leave the empty boxes to find their way to the lost luggage office, and to go to her friends in the city and stay there till I write word that I want her again. And what is the object of all this? My dear Lydia, the object is your future security and mine. We may succeed or we may fail in persuading the parson that you have actually gone to the Brazils. If we succeed, we are relieved of all fear of him. If we fail, he will warn young Armadale to be careful of a woman like my housemaid, and not of a woman like you. This last gain is a very important one, for we don't know that Mrs. Armadale may not have told him your maiden name. In that event, the Miss Gwilt, whom he will describe as having slipped through his fingers here, will be so entirely unlike the Miss Gwilt established at Thorpe Ambrose as to satisfy everybody that it is not a case of similarity of persons, but only a case of similarity of names. What do you say now to my improvement on your idea? Are my brains not quite so addled as you thought them when you wrote? Don't suppose I'm at all over boastful about my own ingenuity. Cleverer tricks than this trick of mine are played off on the public by swindlers, and are recorded in the newspapers every week. I only want to show you that my assistance is not less necessary to the success of the Armadale speculation now than it was when I made our first important discoveries by means of a harmless-looking young man and the private inquiry office in Shadyside Place. There is nothing more to say that I know of, except that I am just going to start for the new lodging with a box directed in my new name. The last expiring moments of Mother Oldershaw of the Toilet Repository are close at hand, and the birth of Miss Gwilt's respectable reference, Mrs. Mandeville, will take place in a cab in 5 minutes' time. I fancy I must be still young at heart, for I am quite in love already with my romantic name. It sounds almost as pretty as Mrs. Armadale of Thorpe Ambrose, doesn't it? Good night, my dear, and pleasant dreams. If any accident happens between this and Monday, write to me instantly by post. If no accident happens, you will be with me in excellent time for the earliest inquiries that the Major can possibly make. My last words are, don't go out, and don't venture near the front windows till Monday comes. Affectionately yours, M.O. End of Book the Second, Chapter 5. Recording by Dawn, Richmond, Virginia.